Let me ask you, what if you could flip the script and crush your debts, build wealth, and live the life that you want? My name is Beline, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to be taking you through how to build solid and attainable financial objectives. What is a financial objective? An objective is what you want to achieve or what you want to attain. When you want to make an investment, if you're taking a treasury bond, if you're taking shares, if you're investing in rates, or whichever you're buying property, there must be a reason that is making you to make that decision. So it is this reason, it is this why that you are going to be discussing in this video. If you have sat through an investment class, or if you have watched my other videos, my earlier videos, you must have heard me say it must be aligned to your objective, or it should be aligned to your investment objective. So what is this objective? Or how can you have a solid, attainable objective? That is the essence of today's episode. My name is Beline once again. Before we continue though, please remember to press the subscribe button. And if you find this video informative or useful, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. At the same time, kindly don't forget to share it out so that it can reach more people. An objective is what you want to achieve. You want to further your studies rather. You want to build a family home. You want to go on a holiday. You want to retire early. Okay? You want to start a business. What is your objective? What is your why? It's your why. Why are you making that decision of buying bonds in the first place? What do you want to achieve? So you need to visualize. Visualize that objective. You want to go back to school? Visualize it. Are you going to go to school in Kenya? Do you want to go to school overseas? And what is the likely cost of that expenditure? You want to retire early. What life do you visualize yourself living? Are you going to relocate up country? Are you going to go back overseas, even in the diaspora? Are you planning to come back home? Or are you planning to change countries? Okay, so visualize that objective. Once you have visualized the objective and you have known what you want to achieve, then now we go to the next step. We make sure that this objective is SMART. SMART being an acronym, but at the same time, it is actually a SMART objective. SMART, the English word, and SMART as an acronym. What do I mean? It's a goal-setting method that was originally designed or developed for businesses, yeah? But it has been adapted by individuals, and even you should or can adapt that method. SMART. A SMART objective makes the objective achievable. Its main idea is that you are likely to achieve that objective. So how then do we go about that? Now, number one, you must make sure that your objective is specific. The more detailed, the better. For instance, I want to retire by the time I hit 50 years old. So if I retire, this is where I will be going to live, or this is where I want to live, or this is what I want to do after I retire from employment. And because my living expenses is about this much, I want to be able to be having cash flow, monthly cash flows of this amount by the time I hit 50. You're being very specific, okay? And this is where I will be getting these cash flows from. I'll be getting it from my dividends. I'll be getting it from coupons. It has to be quite specific. I want to generate passive income of 500,000 every month. I want to retire by the time I hit 50 years. I want to further my studies and take this unit or this course in this school and during this period, okay? It has to be specific, all right? And then the next letter in our SMART is measurable. It has to be measurable. I want to further my studies and attain this degree, okay? I want to retire early by this age. By the time I hit 50, I want to retire early. I want to earn passive income of this amount every month or every year of every quarter or even every week. It is doable, okay? So it has to be SMART, it has to be specific, it has to be measurable. I want to construct a family home. 3 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, 10 bedrooms in this specific location. Okay? Make your objectives SMART. Now, the A, it has to be achievable. If it's not achievable, you are bound to fail. Okay, so make the objective achievable. For instance, if I am on a pay of 50,000 shillings and I set my objectives that I want to be earning passive income of 500,000 shillings every month, how am I going to achieve that unless a miracle happens? Okay, make the objectives achievable. It is okay to make small objectives and then grow it over time or even revise it over time, but make the objective achievable. I cannot be setting an objective that I want to attain my PhD in 2 or 3 years when I don't have my master's yet. You see what I'm saying? It has to be achievable. It has to be achievable. I cannot have an objective that I would like to build my family home of 5-bedroom houses in the next 2 years when I don't have that money, or when I don't even qualify for a loan to build that house worth 10 million shillings. The objective has to be achievable. And R in our SMART means relevance. Is it relevant to you? Because this objective is supposed to be suiting you, your lifestyle, or your own needs. So is the objective specifically relevant to you as an individual? All right? And then T is time. It has to be time bound. You don't just set objectives and then an infinite objective. It has to be time bound. I want to build a house by this time. I want to further my studies by this time. I need to attain this by this. I need to be earning this amount every month by this time. Okay? Objective. It has to be smart. It has to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be achievable. It has to be relevant to you. And it has to be time bound. It must be having a time frame. Okay? Now, after you have ensured that your objective is smart in that manner, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to you, and time bound, the next thing is you prioritize them. The lucky thing or the good thing is that some of these objectives actually do overlap. For instance, you want to have passive income every month. That is an objective that you can start working on now, but it will help you to attain other objectives. For instance, it will help you to attain your further studies. It will help you to attain your early retirement. It can help you to attain constructing your home. It can help you to attain your holiday, your dream holiday, or going for your dream holiday. Okay, so some of these objectives actually do overlap, and you can use one objective to attain the other objective. So the idea of prioritizing them is the ones that can help you to attain the others, you start on them now. The ones that are easier to attain, the ones that are easier to achieve, you prioritize them now. For instance, we are talking about going on holiday, or we are talking about early retirement, yet we are in January. And during December or January, you find yourself straining with your cash flows and you are building passive income. What do? You start with ensuring that in January and December, you pick up treasury bonds that pays coupons in January and December. You pick up shares or companies, investment in companies that pays their dividends in November, December, January, so that come January, you don't strain because you've had to go on your holiday or because you've had to pay school fees, okay? So some of these objectives can actually be overlapping, all right? And then you can prioritize them. So you, in that case now, like I was saying, you prioritize earning coupons in the month of December and January. You focus on that, and then once you have built up your passive income in December and January, you'll have killed two birds. You'll be able to go for your holidays in December. At the same time, you'll be having passive income. Prioritize your objectives, all right? And then you need to create a budget, because most of these objectives, unfortunately, they are monetary, and we are discussing monetary financial objectives, okay? So you need to create a budget. Ensure that you fit in this objective in your budget. If you want to build bonds or do bond laddering and build bonds, you must fit this into your budget. The money you'll be using to invest in the bonds, you must fit it into the budget. If you're taking a loan, to construct a property or to construct your home, you'll be having loan installments. You'll be paying installments, especially if it's a property that does not earn you any revenue. Okay, you'll be having loan installments. Picture that and plug that loan installments into your budget. If you find yourself straining, then you're not ready to take up that objective. That's why I say it has to be attainable and it has to be time bound. So plug your objectives into your budget. And so that means that budgeting, we can really never get away from it. Budgeting is very important. We can really never get away from it, okay? Next, you break down your objectives. Like I said, you prioritize. You have the big objectives and the smaller objectives. The smaller objectives are the ones that you can be meeting this year. You can meet within 1 week. You can meet within 1 month. Or you can plan for them within 1 year, within 2 years, okay? And then you have the bigger objectives, your lifetime objective, your 5-year time frame objective. So the smaller objectives are going to fit into the bigger objectives. You want to retire by 50. At the back of your mind, you know you need to be earning certain amount of money. You'll be spending, of course, so you need to be earning certain amount of money. So you break down that objective. Between now and then, I want to be taking up investment in bonds. I want to be building up my bonds portfolio so that every month, at least I'll be earning 100,000, 200,000, or even 50,000, whatever amount that is. You have that small objectives. You have the bigger objective, retirement. What do you need to attain? What will you need at that particular instance? You'll be needing a family home. You'll be needing to be having some cash flow. So you'll be needing to have attained, to have taken your children through this education, or to take them through that education even in your retirement. You'll be needing to be earning some money. So you break them down into smaller goals and you focus on hitting those smaller goals, which then will plug into your bigger objective. The next thing that you could consider doing is automating your savings. This should be added as one wonder of the world, especially because we human beings mostly lack savings discipline. The beauty of automatic savings is that it has a psychological effect on you. It acts like, you see the way KRA has tax deductions is automated from our pay slips. And when you're calculating our income or our salaries, net pays, we never look at the gross pay. We always look at how much hits your bank account. Even if you take a loan and that loan is automated or deducted from your pay slip, then your brain automatically adjusts to your reduced salary or to your reduced amount. So when you automate your payment also, your brain automatically adjusts to the reduced disposable income, so that even as you're doing your budgeting, you budget with the less amount, having already saved towards your goal or towards your objective. So automated savings is one of the, I would say, one of the wonders of the world. That is by me. It should be added to the one of the wonders of the world because it has a very positive psychological effect. Now, lastly, you need to track and review your objectives. What had you set out to achieve? When were you planning to achieve it? Time in our smart. Where are you at now? Are you in year 2 or are you in month 3? And how are you managing? Are you straining, or did you underestimate this? Were you planning to save 30K and you find yourself you're able to save 70K? In that case, you need to review and adjust your objective. What were you planning to achieve and where were you in your journey towards attaining that objective? Okay? SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable or attainable, relevant, and time-bound. 5 things. Always make sure that your objectives are SMART. Okay? Last but not least, please leave me an example of a SMART objective in the comment section. An objective that is SMART, that is specific, that is measurable, that is relevant, attainable, and is time bound. Do leave me a comment in the comment section. And thank you so much for tuning in to your home of financial freedom. Let's meet on the next video.